Good early afternoon, Big Brother fans. It is Friday, July 26th, and I recorded a short CarCast this morning. Here's a slightly, possibly longer one. Pre-nominations. We are in the middle of what we call the Kiss the Ring ceremonies in the Big Brother house. Right now, Chelsea, who was the new head of household, won last night. She won it last night. She is meeting with various house guests and talking to them about who they think should be nominated or why they think they should do or what's going on, or just exchanging info if they have any. And other house guests are also plotting and talking in the background and in other various places. So there's a lot of talking and chattering going on here, all waiting for the actual nomination ceremony to happen, probably sometime in the next couple of hours. It could be going on right now for all I know, but I would guess in the next couple hours. The feeds will get cut and it'll be nomination time. Pretty much at this point, production is looking to get enough stuff that they can work with for telling their little bits of story on Sunday night's show, right? Because once the nomination ceremony is over, that is it for stuff they will show through Sunday. So whatever happens up until the feeds get cut and the actual nominations, that's it for Sunday show. And then everything else that happens from after nominations until Monday afternoon is what is shown on Wednesday's show, right? So that's why there's a lot of times where it's like, there's a lot going on here that you don't see. You get 1 hour of TV. They get 1 hour of TV on Sunday to show all of the stuff that's gone on since the show ended and through nominations. And by the way, remember, they haven't even touched on the Angela versus Lisa relationship. So they'll have to touch on that on Sunday's show, hopefully. The one thing is that it looks like, based on what we're seeing, is that Chelsea is very likely to nominate Lisa, Angela, and Kenny. So we'll have a Lisa versus Angela situation. It'll be a reason to show their conflict. Oh, look, they don't get along. Oh, look, they have beef with each other from last week. That's the angle they might take with it. I'm not sure. To explain why those are Chelsea's choices, she has talked to them. Kenny apparently kind of went up to her and said, "Look, put me up." So there's your one nominee. Kenny is kind of throwing in the towel again. So Kenny has said, "Put me up." Angela apparently kind of almost expects to go up because, she kind of ticked off the entire house last week. So that's Angela. And then you've got Lisa, who that's Chelsea's target. But Chelsea isn't telling Lisa that. Chelsea is said to Lisa, well, you're under consideration to be nominated because we really haven't talked much game, but you're not my target. That's what Chelsea told her just a little bit ago. So she's already greased the wheels to prepare Lisa for being nominated, and the other two kind of expect it. So it's actually going to be it seems like it's going to be an uneventful nomination ceremony, which all three of them are going to expect to be nominated. And then we just have to kind of deal with the dancing and the maneuvering that goes on between now and tomorrow morning when they pick players for the Power Veto competition. And there will be lots of stuff going on. These guys are all starting to play the game. They are all starting to work on their different angles. Did I talk about it this morning? I don't remember the different relationships going on here. We had, who was it out in the backyard? I think it was Chemo and Quinn and Joseph and one other person who I can't remember right now. I'm drawing a blank. But they were out in the backyard talking. And then much, much later on in the evening, it was Quinn and Lee that talked until 6 a.m. before they went to bed, Big Brother time. So until 9 a.m., Quinn and Lee were up. Now they're back up now and up doing stuff, but they went to bed at 6 a.m. Big Brother time, and that is, most of the some of the houses settled down by at least 3 or 4. They were very flirty, so let's talk about this. If CBS wants a showmance, Lee, this is my take on it. So take it for what it's worth. Lee, her mode does seem to be semi-flirty mode, or semi. I mean, and I wasn't seeing it at first, but it does seem to be like she is kind of flirty, right? She worked as a waitress or at a bottle service. I'm not I'm a goofy guy. I don't know. I know the term bottle service, and every time I hear it, I think of cocktail waitresses at a bar, trying to get guys to buy expensive bottles of wine, right? That's kind of the gist of it, right? So you're working in a high-end, a fancy bar that's very expensive, and you're trying to get people to spend money. So that involves schmoozing people, schmoozing the guys, making them think you're interested in them even if you aren't. And that's my take again. And Lee seems to be very good at that. She seems to be very much of the, I'm going to talk to these people, and I'm going to be friendly towards these people, and I'm going to, smile and bat my eyes. She does it a lot, and people do or don't buy it. I got a car coming up. I'm going to figure out where this police car is going. I'm going to pause this for a half a second. Okay, and we continue on. All was fine. I just needed to get out of their way. So Lee is good at schmoozing people, right? And she's been doing it. I watched her talk with Tucker the other night for an hour or two, and Tucker seems to be kind of ignoring her, and she's kind of fawning. She seemed to be kind of fawning over her. And then later on, or earlier than that, she was talking to Cam about his love of Taco Bell, and she was like, "Oh my God, you've read my mind," and all friendly and stuff. And I think it is her game is to kind of, and I'm not saying it in a sexual way, but to seduce the men, to kind of get, lure them in and make them kind of interested in her, even if she is just that kind of, that seems to be how she's kind of playing things for now. I'm not sure she's consciously doing it. That's just the way she operates. But either way, I don't know how much it's working either. But the one person who seems the most interested in her is Quinn. And he's flirting back with her, but it's really messy, sloppy, like squirmy flirting. Like he says, "Well, do you want me to stop flirting with you? I won't touch you as much. I won't do this," or, "Sweet dreams. Don't dream too much about me." I just all the cringy stuff. They're like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, is he serious, or does he think that this is working? Does he think that he's flirting with her and she's actually buying it, or does he think I'm flirting with her and she knows I'm being goofy? And I'm just not sure which it is. So I'm. On the one hand, I'm kind of hopeful that Quinn thinks knows how cringy and goofy this whole thing is, but on the other hand, I'm just not sure. So, and I can't believe the diary room with him, because I have the feeling the diary room will encourage him, knowing how goofy some of this looks, will kind of encourage him to admit that. So you're just kind of playing the field, right? Or you're just kind of he's been obvious. It's obvious he likes the diary rooms and likes to ham it up in the diary room as well. So I can't necessarily buy whatever he says in the diary room. I just am expecting that this angle will be possibly showmancified by Big Brother. And there are people out there who want to see, or seem to want to see, a Quinn-Lee relationship, like on the line, in the same way with Corey and America. And it is not the same. And they were not a thing day 11, right? They weren't a thing. So I'm just not sure what's going on here, and I'm thinking that Lee's playing her game and Quinn is playing his game. But Quinn did say that they made a final 2 deal this morning, and Lee said, "But I can't beat you, or I can't win against you." And then Quinn said, "I can't win without you." It just was like, oh, dude. It just made me go like, come on. So that's kind of my reaction to that whole relationship, is I'm like, I like Quinn. I don't want to see Quinn throw away his game for someone who I don't think is truly interested in him in that way. Prove me wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she will be. Maybe he is just playing with her mind and, quote, emotions as part of his gameplay. But I don't know. I kind of feel like he's, I've seen him make some other dumb mistakes, like, he told Lisa about his power, right? So, what else? What other stupid things has he done? Anyways, that's what's going on. We're waiting for the nominations to happen, and then we'll be there. But it's not going to be, the level of drama shouldn't be that high tonight. It's going to maybe come down to more if somebody wins the power of veto to the point where it's going to get changed, and then Chelsea's going to have to make a decision on who to put up in that person's place. That would create a level of stress, because even if somebody says you're a pawn, if Chelsea, let's take the next step. So Chelsea makes those 3 nominations, and then Kenny wins the power veto and he takes himself off, or Lisa wins the power veto. Chelsea goes like, well, I was going after Lisa, but I guess now I want people to vote on Angela, or whatever she says, or whatever the House decides. And you go up as a pawn. Okay, well, you're a pawn. You're going up as a pawn. Don't worry, we're going after Angela. Okay, but what happens if Angela wins the competition? Oh, we'll get the other person out. Will you? Will you? Or are we, what level of pawn am I going to be? I just don't know. With 3 house guests on the block, the term being a pawn seems to be a little bit less secure. You're still worried about it when the people tell you you're a pawn, but it's going to be interesting. So with that, I am going to sign off. I will be tweeting the nominations when they happen. I will probably record this weekend, actually. Right now I am in a routine of walking my dog every day, and she reminds me of it, and I certainly can record some thoughts when I'm walking the dog. So I may do one of these Saturday and Sunday as well to keep you guys up to date, because there'll be stuff going on, so we'll see. All right, thanks again for your support. We'll talk to you guys on Saturday, or if something really wild and crazy happens tonight, but I'm kind of thinking it'll be Saturday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.